All right, look. The Saquon Barkley free agent market ain't looking too damn pretty now, is it? Oh, the Giants are doing Saquon wrong. The Giants don't want to pay Saquon. Pay Saquon. He's the best player on the team. Well, why the fuck don't y'all want to pay him? Where's all the teams lining up, kicking down the door, blowing up his cell phone, making outlandish offers? Where are they? All I keep hearing is the Saquon Barkley market is quiet. That's all I keep hearing. Now, earlier today on Twitter, X, whatever it is, the Elon Musk app, I tweeted, Saquon Barkley ain't nothing but Kareem Hunt, but he has New York media. If it weren't for New York media, he'd be Kareem Hunt. One good year and a change of pace back after that. I mean, let's call a spade here. When you rank Saquon Barkley's career, he's up with the rest of these elite running backs. I'm talking the Derrick Henrys, the Josh Jacobs, the CMCs. If you just look at the resume, we're going to Indeed this shit. Let's look at the resume. Has Saquon ever led the league in rushing? No. Has Saquon been an All-Pro? No. Has Saquon Barkley ever had like 20 touchdowns of the season or something crazy like that? No. I mean, what we talking about here? I mean, I know Derrick Henry's led the league in rushing. Josh Jacobs has led the league in rushing. Derrick Henry's been an All-Pro. Christian McCaffrey's been an All-Pro. Alvin Kamara, All-Pros. So, like, when I look at these other guys, I'm like, damn. Saquon ain't never done none of that. So when you got all these running backs on the market, the Saints are trying to move Kamara, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, Derrick Henry, Swift, all these. Nick Chubb might get cut because they might want to move on without him. They might move with the Johnson kid and shit. You look at all these running backs on the market. Saquon, where your bag coming from, nigga? Where the money coming from? Who's going to pay Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor money when they could go get something else for cheaper? It might be better. So I'm going to go out on a limb. And I'm going to say that Saquon Barkley will be a Giant next year. And it won't be for as much money as you think. You know what? I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'll do you one better. I believe he'll get a Jonathan Taylor contract from the Giants. The Giants are the only team in the NFL that will give him a Jonathan Taylor contract because he's only worth that to us. If Saquon Barkley goes to another franchise, you think he's getting these national media deals? Like these big market commercials that you see Saquon Barkley on? You think he gets that if he's not in New York? If he goes to the Cowboys, nobody gives a fuck about you, Saquon. You go to the Cowboys, Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott. Oh, yeah, you never played with a franchise quarterback before. Well, let me phrase that. You've never played with a quarterback who's actually popular before. CeeDee Lamb is there. Jerry Jones is a star. Fuck it. Forget the players. Nobody's going to give a fuck about a Saquon Barkley in Dallas. If he go to Philly, sorry, you're not Jalen Hurts. You're not A.J. Brown. You ain't Devontae Smith. You ain't freaking that monster defensive tackle they got there. You're not that. You're not high on the totem pole. You go to the Chargers, you're not Justin Herbert. You ain't Keenan Allen. You ain't Khalil Mack. So it's just, you go to the Buffalo Bills, you're not Josh Allen. You ain't Stephon Diggs. You ain't Von Miller. Saquon Barkley is only Saquon Barkley on the Giants. He goes to these other teams, nobody gives a damn. The NFL is very territorial. If you didn't get drafted by that franchise, you're probably not going to matter to the next one you go to. You're a journeyman. NFL is real. It's not the NBA where it doesn't matter where LeBron go, he's LeBron. It don't matter where Giannis or Steph. They're individual brands. Saquon Barkley is a product of the Giants. It's the New York media that's making Saquon Barkley relevant, not his play. What about Saquon Barkley's play makes him relevant? What about it? If Saquon Barkley was a member of the Green Bay Packers, nobody would give a fuck. If Saquon Barkley was a player on the Cincinnati Bengals, nobody would give a fuck. They only care about Saquon Barkley because he plays on the Giants. If you take Saquon Barkley's career and you put that shit in the middle of Washington, or you throw that shit on Seattle, nobody gives a fuck. But because he plays in New York and this media wants to love him so much, they want to big him up so much, he is a product of the New York media. If Saquon Barkley played in Arizona with the career that he's had, he'd be a journeyman already. He going in year 7 with this awful ass career. And you not telling me that ain't a product of the New York media? If Fisk unit question of the day, if Saquon Barkley ass wasn't in New York and he was in the middle of Arizona, Tampa Bay, if he was in the middle of Green Bay, Wisconsin, if Saquon Barkley was in a irrelevant market, would he even be on a new deal right now, or would he have been a journeyman by now? He would have been a Kareem Hunt by now if it wasn't for the simple fact that he's in the New York market, and this New York market been slurping this dude for 7 years. All the injuries, all the disappointing seasons, his ass would have been got replaced if he was on another franchise. And y'all can sit here and say I'm hating on Saquon. Y'all can say I'm trying to tear down Saquon. Y'all can kiss my ass. I'm telling you the truth. If this dude Saquon Barkley did not have the New York media market machine behind him, he'd been a journeyman running back 3 years ago. His injury history, his lack of production, as his number 2 overall pick, teams would have been cut bait on this nigga. You can't tell me I'm lying. But he has a cult-like following in New York. And I love how I got criticized. Rocks were thrown my way for years for saying that Daniel Jones never had an offensive line. Daniel Jones never had weapons. Y'all hated when I defended Daniel Jones. But now y'all want me to sit here and not say and say, oh, Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, he needs an offensive line. So when I hold Saquon Barkley accountable, y'all get mad. But then when I tried to have Daniel Jones back, y'all got mad. So which is it? Oh, Daniel Jones, he's supposed to elevate the offensive line. Daniel Jones is supposed to elevate the wide receivers. Well, why can't Saquon make his offensive line look good? Why can't Saquon get the box loaded against him to take pressure off the receivers? Why does Daniel Jones have to do the elevating in these New York football giant streets and not Saquon? Was it Saquon Barkley touched by the hand of God? Was it Saquon Barkley the 2nd overall pick in the fucking draft? What are we talking about? So, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. I fully expect Saquon Barkley to come crawling back to the Giants. Take a nice little deal from the Giants. Make it. He wants to be the good guy. Remember, he broke ranks and reported to training camp early because he wanted to be a good soldier, all that bullshit. He's probably going to have his media team make some sympathetic, hometown loyal Giant for life bubblegum bullshit that I'm gonna take a piss on when it comes out, and it's gonna look all pretty and cozy for the media. Saquon Barkley's the good guy. No, Saquon Barkley ain't the good guy in the situation. Saquon Barkley overplayed his hand. He got greedy. He got humbled, and he went crawling back to Joe Shane and took what the fuck he got offered. That's the story. Don't forget it. I ain't got nothing else to say. That's it, that's all. You throw those FUs in my chat if you're rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.